Let's welcome to the show House Oversight Chair, Congressman James Comer. Congressman, we've got to get to this. This letter in 2021 from Senators Ron Johnson and Chuck Grassley, it went to a Biden aide, alleging then Vice President Biden used a pseudonym, a non-government email during the Obama White House to CC Hunter Biden about government meetings with things like the Ukrainian President Poroshenko, the president, again, of Ukraine. This happened in 2016. Why is Hunter Biden being CC'd about vice presidential meetings with the president of Ukraine?
Well, that's very simple. It's because the influence peddling business expects to get a return on their investment. And all the millions of dollars that our adversaries in Ukraine, our adversaries in Russia, our adversaries in China and the Middle East have paid to the Biden family, they're not doing it for charity. They're doing it to get a return on their investment. So I'm sure that the information CC to Hunter Biden pertained to national security interest or something of value to our adversaries.
So Hunter Biden gets CC'd again on an email from an employee in the office of the vice president for Joe Biden in 2016 about a meeting with the president of Ukraine. Okay, so is your committee now probing links between this document scandal and controversy and Hunter Biden and the Biden family deal-making?
Absolutely. And don't think Ukraine's gone away. This Burisma deal is so bad. And the press kind of blew it over as Russian disinformation. But we've, constantly gotten in a drip of more information about wrongdoing in Ukraine, in addition to all that we're seeing in real time with respect to China and the donations to the Biden Center and the classified documents and everything. But what Hunter Biden had to do to provide legitimacy to these people who are wanting to purchase access to Joe Biden was to prove that he was in the circle. And that's why he liked to fly on Air Force Two with Joe Biden when he was vice president. That's why he likes to go to state dinners now with Joe Biden while he's president. He wanted the people who were paying him to think, and he may have been, an inner part of Joe Biden's inner circle that made decisions affecting foreign aid in many of these countries.
The weird angle, too, is that, Hunter Biden reportedly sets up a D.C. office for the Biden family's business venture with Chinese energy conglomerate CEFC. He's going to pay $50,000 a month. Then that goes kaflooey, right? Kaplooey, whatever you pronounce it. But then they're redirecting $50,000 a month from Hunter to pay for Biden's Delaware rental payments to Biden's Delaware home, when Hunter Biden is paying maintenance expenses on it. You know what I mean? And this is China. CEFC, nearly $5 million the family made in that deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why we're wanting bank records. We want to verify these reports. We know for a fact that Hunter Biden was paying for basic living expenses for Joe Biden. That alone would implicate him in the Biden family influence peddling. I mean, what Joe Biden likes to say is, well, you all are picking on my son. He had an addiction problem. Leave him alone. Well, let's say he had an addiction problem, which he did, but he was still getting paid for influence peddling. And what father would require their son who has addiction troubles to pay for basic living expenses for him if the father had a good paying job? So, none of this story makes sense. And this is another example of the chickens coming home to roost for the Bidens. They're having to answer questions now.
Why would they put an individual with drug addiction problems out there to meet with the widow of the former mayor of Moscow, or leaders in Kazakhstan, or Ukraine, or Mexico, or Romania, or China, which is, fraught with military intelligence? So the reasoning, and the other thing too is... They cannot
continue to play that...
Yeah, go ahead,
finish. They cannot
finish.
continue to play that drug addiction card. I mean, this is a family that's been involved in influence peddling for a decade. The press has turned a blind eye. Now you have Republican oversight, and they're going to have to start answering questions.
Congressman, how is it that President Biden's lawyers talked the DOJ out of FBI agents monitoring the search for top-secret documents in the president's homes? They don't have security clearances. Under what authority did they declassify on the spot U.S. secrets, state secrets?
Zero authority. Those lawyers have no business going through Joe Biden's classified documents. They're essentially trespassing at a crime scene.
Well, you're going to leave it there. Congressman, we'll stay on the story. We'll have you back on, Congressman Comer. It's good to see you.